get a concave on this and this entrance to his gold expansion, while he will be dropping his command center onto his gold expansion at the moment. This is a great concave for PainUser, although if Jinro can come in from this side, he will be able to snipe out this tank, although PainUser does have this tower. Jinro now using the advantage of the tower and his tanks to snipe out PainUser's base, PainUser's tanks, I'm sorry. PainUser now floating over his expansion to the gold, and planetary fortress going down the gold expansion for Jinro. Let's see what PainUser opts to get at his gold expansion. It will be a planetary fortress. On the units tab, we have about even amount of tanks. Jinro slightly ahead, 5-2 Viking count. That will be a great game changer if he decides to attack with his Vikings, because Vikings do have a considerable amount of range, and they can go around and snipe off Vikings or Colossus in the event that he does want to micro his Vikings around the main marine force of PainUser. Using the Vikings to spot, we'll be patrolling them to get off that first shot of any Vikings that are incoming. Taking out a couple tanks and marines from PainUser, really using the advantage of his Vikings to spot for his tanks, and slowly slow pushing his tanks towards PainUser, getting off considerable hits on PainUser's Vikings and actually taking out all of his Vikings, and will have air supremacy against PainUser. He will be shelling this gas and soon to be moving up his tanks, and be just having that advantage in the vision is a considerable advantage for any Terran versus Terran matchup. He will be concaving on the other side. Let's see who wins in this battle. Jinro will be pulling out. He might have been able to take it, but not with the reinforcements coming from PainUser. LiquidJinro having good tank placement, as well as planetary fortress to back up his tank, while PainUser unwisely pushes in. PainUser patrolling these Vikings. What a great look. Let's look at these Vikings. I love this new physics engine for StarCraft 2. It is just making this game such a pleasure to watch. If I could cast in ultra settings, I would, but I cannot because my computer is a little bit old, but I am pretty happy with the quality of my cast in HD. Bringing you StarCraft 2 commentaries in HD is my pleasure. This game is now running up onto 20 minutes. PainUser trying to shell this expansion. Will be taking out quite a few SCVs. 3 SCVs now. Going to be 4 SCVs by this tank. Oh no! Pulls off. Here comes a push from LiquidJinro on the side of his gold expansion, while he still has air supremacy. He has 10 Vikings to no Vikings for PainUser. I do not see PainUser being able to take air supremacy as long as Jinro is safe with his Vikings. He's very safe with his Vikings right now. PainUser just trying to save those scans and scan up, but he just won't, and he will be losing the meal count. Well, the meal count is 2 for Jinro and 0 for PainUser. Jinro, yes, riding the economic lead. 78 SCVs, 251 for PainUser. I just don't see how Jinro can lose this, except if there's a massive BC or Cloak Banshee push against Jinro that he does not spot, and he loses a massive amount of SCVs or his entire army. Jinro now taking both towers. Here comes all in. PainUser going in with all his Marauders against the Marines and tanks of Jinro. Jinro landing his Vikings for support. Will be taking out his will be losing his his Thor to the tank fire. Tank fire now doing 50 damage. No upgrades for either player on their mech. A lift off from the Vikings, only playing against 2 Marines right now. Jinro did move up his tanks. He will be shelling the gold expansion, planetary fortress of PainUser. PainUser desperately trying to repair, but it's just futile because there's no vision of Jinro's tanks. Jinro just slaughtering all the units that are coming in within range of the tanks. Coming in from the flank on the last tank remaining with 5 tanks and a Banshee. Banshee going down to... No, Banshee living. Thor trying to focus the Banshee, but taking immense fire from the tanks who do extra damage to armored units. And the unit count is 3 Marines one tank for PainUser, while the army for Jinro is 183, almost maxed, and it's just a matter of time before the GG comes from PainUser. He's just trying to frontal attack, not doing any counter drops or anything. He really needs to do a counter drop or counter Banshee push, because he just lost so many SCVs at his gold expansion, while Jinro has his fourth base up, and he's just mining out of control. 97 harvesters, that is just too many harvesters. 97 harvesters, are you kidding me? Jinro, that is too many harvesters, I have to say. If you're going to be playing with 100 food army, you may lose to a 50 food army, 150 food army, even though you have the economic lead by over double at the moment. PainUser still repairing his gold expansion. His income is measly at 1,000 versus 2,000 for Jinro. Jinro gonna be just trying to play the attrition game, because there is just no minerals on the field for PainUser at the moment. Using Banshees to power down this planetary fortress, as well as his tanks just been shelling this planetary fortress for 4 minutes now, since the 2-minute mark. I feel Jinro just needs to push in. Nothing defending the natural expansion for PainUser. PainUser continuing to mine with 5 SCVs at the gold, and GG coming from PainUser. Great game from Jinro, using his economic advantage, taking a card out of PainUser's book, getting that early expansion down, and just riding out that economic advantage to victory. It is on to Game 3, all tied up 1-1 in the finals of the winners bracket MLG Dallas 2010. Thank you for watching.